What's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel, Sleep It Repeat. Today we're going to be taking a look at Victini VMAX and its viability in the POG 2021 format. But before we do, feel free to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Also, before we move on to the deck profiles that I have for you guys, feel free to go ahead and sign up for Battle Against Leukemia, a charity event that I am running. That is going to be in POG 2021 format. It's going to run on September 3rd at 6 p.m. EST. Full details in the description down below. Also, feel free to sign for POG 2021 on September 4th, the very next day as well, because that is basically our world replacement. Again, both of the events are going to have full details down in the description below. Go ahead and register on play.limitless.com for both events. So now let's get on to the deck profiles for Victini VMAX. Alright guys, just to give you a quick overview of Victini VMAX. Victini VMAX is a fire type with 310 HP, and its first attack for colorless energy is Spreading Flames. Attach up to 3 fire energies from your discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. Good attack if you know you're going to take off and turn off from attacking, basically allowing you to recover 3 fire energies from your discard and put them onto any Pokemon you want. You can put them onto itself, you can put it onto a bench Pokemon, anything you really like. So it's nice for those turns where you know you're not going to attack. Then you also have the main attack, Max Victory for fire and a colorless, does 100 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon V, this attack does 120 more damage, doing essentially 220. So the main kind of strategy you want to be doing with Victini VMAX is basically bossing up those Vs before they evolve into VMAXs and taking them out. If you can't do that, like let's say you whiff a boss or something, you can just hit even 2-shot VMAXs, so doing 220 isn't bad. On top of that, we're going to be taking a look at 2 other Victinis that we're mainly going to be playing in these decks, and that is the Victini from, I forget the set this came from, but it's a Victini V with 190 HP, fire energy, a V bullet for fire, does 10 damage, and it does 50 more damage if it's a Pokemon V. And then you have Flare Shot, which is the main reason why we want this Victini V in the decks, is it does 120. Discard all energy from this Pokemon. 120 is the perfect number to knock out things such as Zacian for 1 hit, because that weakness brings that damage up to 240. You can even one-shot Zamazentas before Full Metal Wall or Metal Goggles with this. So, nice little attack for 2 energy to have to take out metal types if we need to. And we're also going to be playing the Victini V from, I believe, the Rebel Clash, no, base set Sword and Shield. Also has the Spreading Flames ability, as well as Energy Burst, doing 30 damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. If we're playing a Pokemon a deck that uses a lot of energy burst could be good and can quickly get that damage up. So on to the first deck list. It's going to be a basic Umbreon Victini VMAX list, and here we're going to be playing a 2-1 split of the Victinis Vs in this list. The reason we're playing a Victini V more of these is because I think Flare Shot is going to be a lot more useful with VMAXs needing a lot less energy. I think just doing a base 120 and then maybe finishing off with the Victini VMAX with Max Victory is going to be a lot better. Same with, but we're still playing this Victini V because some decks do require a lot of energy, and that energy burst is decent for those decks. We're also going to be playing a 3-3 line of Umbreon VMAX. Umbreon is great because of its Dark Signal, allowing us to be able to basically boss without using a supporter. So in one turn we can go ahead and bring something up and also use a welder to power up something if we need to. Max Darkness is also a good attack, doing 160 damage. That's basically 2-shotting a lot of VMAXs and combines well with Max Darkness. Max Darkness combines well with Victini VMAX's Max Victory, basically 2-shotting if we need to. To round out the attackers, we're going to be playing the Heatran GX. Heatran GX is a good, fire type attacker, because if we lay out our fire energy all over the board, we can go ahead and use Burning Road and then Hot Burn GX for a lot of damage. So this is mainly why we want the Heatran GX. It's a nice little attacker to take a random one-shot knockout if we have a lot of energy on board. Onto our supports, we're going to be playing one Dedenne as well as Crobat for draw, and then Eldegoss to be able to bring back supporters such as a boss or even a welder. Maybe we need to discard a welder or two before we can even use one. Nice little Eldegoss to be able to get that back. We're also going to be playing a Bench Barrier Mew. Bench Barrier Mew allows us to kind of block sniping attacks from Inteleon and also Rapid Strike Urshifu. Slow down our Rapid Strike Urshifu because they have to deal with the Mew before they can use Rapid Flow. So can help us out a little bit there. Onto our Pokemon search, we're going to be playing 4 Quick Ball, 3 Pokemon. Pokemon is good in this deck again because we play a mixture of basics and evolution Pokemon, so Pokemon allows us to get both. And we're also going to be playing 3 Evolution Incense. Evolution Incense is good because we can easily find an Umbreon VMAX for free and get that gust ability going. We're also going to be playing 2 Switch to be able to switch in and out of the active if we need to, as well as 1 Escape Rope, again giving us that switch option, as well as additional gust if needed. We're also going to be playing 1 Tool Scrapper to remove tools if we need to. Great in decks such as Loot Metal, which play a lot of tools. So nice to remove those tools when we need to. We're also going to be playing 1 Ordinary Rod for recovery, as well as 1 Fire Crystal to recover fire energies in case we need to. Combining this with a Welder for turn is insane because we can Fire Crystal and then Welder, and then boom, we have an attacker, and we can also pre-set up another attacker as well. We're also going to be playing 1 Reset Stamp. Reset Stamp is good. It does decently well in Welder decks because we can stamp our opponent down to low and basically come back from behind. We're also going to be playing 2 Air Balloons to lower our retreat costs, and then 3 Giant Hearths to be able to search our fire energies. Our support line is going to be 4 Welder, 3 Research, and 2 Boss, giving us a nice little well-rounded support line there. On top of that, we're going to be playing 9 Fire Energies and 3 Darks. 3 Darks allowing us the ability to attack with Umbreon VMAX if we need to, but also covers the cost of Max Victory because Max Victory is a fire colorless clause. So even if we're not attacking with Umbreon VMAX, we could use that to power up a Victini VMAX. That is the basic Umbreon Victini list. Now we're going to be taking a look at a little bit more of a teched out Umbreon VMAX with a Mewtwo package. We're going to be playing a 2-2 Victini VMAX as well as a 2-2 Umbreon VMAX line. So we lower the count a little bit to be able to add a little bit more of a plethora of attackers in the Mewtwo package. Mewtwo, as we all know, does its perfection ability allows us to copy any Pokemon GX or EX on our bench or in our discard pile. In order to help out Mewtwo Mew GX be able to do a ton of different attacks, we're going to be playing a Reshizard and Reshizard GX. A Reshizard GX is good with its outrage ability. If you damage it can go ahead and do a lot of damage. Flare Strike doing a decent 230 as well is good. And also we have the Double Blaze option doing just 200 or 300 if we have 6 energies on it. So all very good attacks on Reshizard. We're also going to be playing a Gengar Mimikyu GX. Its Horror House GX can buy us a turn to be able to, set up our board. And also Poltergeist, if we know our opponent has a lot of energy cards in their hand or has the possibility of having a lot of cards in their hand, this attack can do an insane amount of damage. We also are playing a Vileplume GX, mainly for its massive bloom attack, doing 180 damage. Great early, turn to attack if we need to, doing 180 damage. That's 2-shotting a lot of VMAXs or setting up a shot to finish off VMAXs. We also have Allergic Explosion GX doing 50, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned, paralyzed, or poisoned. Not a great GX attack, but it's there if we need it in case, we can mainly for the paralysis. We can paralyze our opponent if we need a turn and go from there. We're also playing the Heatran GX as explained before, mainly for that Burning Road and Hot Burn GX ability. On top of that, since we are playing an Aurora package, we are playing a 1 Galarian Zapdos V because of its fighting instinct. If we're playing a V deck, this can attack for 1 fighting energy and doing 170 damage. So this is good also for the Eternatus matchup, one-shotting Eternatus. But overall, if we're playing against a V deck, doing 170 damage for 1 energy isn't bad. Again, setting up the 2-shot on the VMAX. And then we're going to be playing again the Dene, Eldegoss, and Crobat, as well as Mew to protect our bench, and a Marshadow to be able to take off stadiums, because now we are playing a Mewtwo and we don't want our Path to Peak to shut off, as well as the Umbreon. We don't want the Path to Peak to shut off both our Mewtwo and our Umbreon. Our supporter line is going to be 4 Welder, 2 Research, a Guzma Hala. Guzma Hala is good in this deck because we are playing Special Energy, so it allows us to get a tool card, a Special Energy, and also Stadium, so we can bump Path to the Peak if it's out as well. And we're going to be playing 1 Boss's Orders because we are playing a 2-2 line of Umbreon VMAX, so we don't need such as a heavy cost of boss. And also for our Stadium, we're going to be playing 3 Giant Earth, the normal. And then we're going to be playing 3 Quick Ball, 3 Pokemon, and 3 Cherish Ball. We are playing a lot of GXs, so Cherish Ball does come into play here a lot more. We're playing a little bit less of Umbreon, so Pokemon could cover the search for Umbreon VMAX when we need to. We're also going to be playing 2 Escape Rope, again giving us additional Gust and Switch. And then 2 Air Balloons, giving us free retreat, essentially, because most of our attackers do have free 2 retreat costs. Yep, even our Umbreon VMAX does have 2 retreat costs. We're going to be playing 1 Tag Call, again, just to be able to search out our Tag Team GX Pokemon and our Guzma Hala. And again, 1 Reset Stamp, just to be able to kind of disrupt our opponent. And 1 Fire Crystal for Fire Recovery. Again, we want to recover those fire energies when we need to. On to the next list, we have a Victini Rapidash list. Again, playing a 3-3 Victini line with a 2 Galarian Rapidash V. Galarian Rapidash V is a 210 Psychic type Pokemon, and mainly we're playing this for its Libra Horn ability. We can put damage counters on one of our Pokemon, so that's 100 HP remaining. This helps out in those kind of GX centric decks because Victini can only hit 100 for those on those GX centric decks. So Galarian Rapidash allows us to set up that 100 damage so that Victini can come in and just knock them out with max victory on that base 100 damage. So that's why Galarian Rapidash is used in the deck. On top of that, we're going to be playing again Reshizard, Heatran. This is, the standard Victini VMAX that was very popular a while ago. And then a Volcanion with Flare Starter, allowing us to go second and just set up a lot of energy on the board. And High Heat Blast is also a decent chip attack as well, so not bad with High Heat Blast to attack if we need to. We also are playing 2 Dedenne to be able to draw, and also 1 Crobat to draw more, and 1 Eldegoss to be able to recover supporters if we need them. We're also going to be playing a Marshadow as well, and a Mew to support as well. Marshadow again for stadium bumps, and Mew for bench barrier protection. On to our support line, we're playing, the basic 4 Welder, 4 Boss. We really want to boss a lot with this deck, and so yeah, that's why we won it. And then Welder's there, in case we need to. Sometimes we do attack with the Reshizard. And sometimes it also allows us to set up the Galarian Rapidash V in 1 turn if we need to. And we're also going to be playing 2 Research just for that aggressive draw as well. We're also going to be playing 3 Giant Earth, 4 Quick Balls, 3 Pokecoms, 3 Switch, just to switch in and out, making it a lot easier for us to switch from Galarian Rapidash V into our Victini VMAX if we need to. And we're also going to be playing 2 Echoing Horn. Echoing Horn allows us to put a basic Pokemon for opponents to discard pile onto their bench. This allows us to continuously just keep attacking weak Vs, so we can Echoing Horn a V that we just killed and then boss it up and then kill it again. So a great card in this deck, because with this deck we want to boss up Vs and just destroy them before they evolve into a VMAX. We're also going to be playing 2 Reset Stamp because, again, we want to disrupt our opponent when they start taking prizes, allowing us to set up our board a little bit better and hopefully, kind of giving them less outs to win the game. We're also playing 1 Ordinary Rod for recovery, and we're also going to be playing 2 Big Charms. Big Charm gives us our Pokemon plus 30 HP. Those big charms allow us to make our Rescue 300 HP, so basically VMAX level HP, but it can also make our VMAX up to 340 HP, which means that's adding 30 HP can make the difference between an Inteleon ping knocking us out or not. Basically, doing a plus 30 HP negates one Inteleon ping, so that means they have to ping us one more to get the knockout that they wanted. So it kind of throws off math a little bit. Then we're also be playing one tool jammer just to jam different tools. Simple as that. Then on to our energy counts, we're going to be playing 8 fire energy and 2 heat fire energy. Again, adding additional bulk plus 20 HP again negates an Inteleon ping. So imagine having a heat fire energy and a big charm. That's plus 50 HP. That's negating 2 Inteleon pings. So if our opponent thought they were going to get a KO because of Inteleon pings, and we deny it because of big charm and heat fire energy. On top of that, we do have room for 2 weakness guards energy. Ice Rider is a big deck, so we want to play the weakness guard so that we can protect our Victini from being one shot with its attack. So yeah, that is the list. Again, this is very similar to a lot of Victini lists that were played a while ago. Now onto a special list that I got inspiration from watching Mind Blown's TCG video. I'll leave his video in the description down below, as well as a card in the corner. I think it's this way, so I'll leave those in the description and in the top corner. But this is what we like to call budget Victini. Victini is a very cheap, relatively cheap compared to other VMAXs. Right now, looking at P2CGO prices, Victini VMAX is selling for like 2 Kree. The Victinis are selling for like 2 or 3 each. So these aren't bad cards to pick up if you are on a budget. So I took his list and kind of made changes to what I thought was a little bit better for my taste, and also kind of to bring it up to POG format, because his list was mainly post rotation. So here we have a 3-1-3 line of Victini. Again, we're playing this Victini because, again, we want that flare shot, and same with the one Victini V isn't too bad for its energy burst attack, as well as spreading flames. But here we are playing a Inteleon line. We're playing a 4-4-2-2 Inteleon line. Mind Blown's first attack is sorry, I can't talk today. But Mind Blown's original list played a 3-1 split. I decided to do a 2-2 Inteleon split because I don't see what math Inteleon fixes, and I'd rather have an additional shading dealings and make the deck a little bit more consistent in my eyes. And Aqua Bullet also does very well for the Decidueye matchup, because we can go ahead Aqua Bullet 120, and honestly we only need like 2 of those Inteleons to be able to take on the Decidueye matchup, because we can just Aqua Bullet, and then ping the next Decidueye we're gonna kill, an Aqua Bullet, and then boom, we kind of just chain Decidueye kills with 1 or 2 Inteleons. So this is why I'm playing a 2-2 split of this, just to provide a little bit more consistency and a better Decidueye matchup. I'm also going to be playing 1 energy spinner instead of he was playing 2 energy searches, but since this is not a post rotation list, we're gonna go energy spinner because it's a little bit better, especially if we're going second. We can search up for 3 basic energies instead of just 1, so not bad. And then onto a support line, we're going to be playing 3 Melanie, 3 Marnie, and 3 Boss, as well as 1 Research and 1 Cheryl. Cheryl allows us to heal our Victini VMAX and basically tell our opponent, no, you're not going to get this KO, because we can easily charge up a Victini VMAX again in 1 turn with a combination of Melanie and a Fire Energy attachment per turn. Since we're not playing any abilities, we're going to go ahead and play Path to the Peak, which turns off abilities for Pokemon with the rule box. So Pokemon V, GX, Prism Stars, etc. Anything with the rule box abilities are shut off. for our Pokemon search, we're going to be playing 4 Quick Ball and 4 Level Ball. Level Ball is great for searching out our Sobbles and our Drizzles to be able to search for what we need. On top of that, we're going to be playing 3 Evolution Incense. Again, this is 3 Evolution Incense mainly to search out for our Inteleons and our Victini VMAX. On top of that, we're going to be playing 2 Air Balloons and 1 Scoop Up Net. Very odd count of Scoop Up Nets, but I think once again we can go ahead, Scoop Up Net and an Inteleon, and then restart the whole chain again so that we can have more search ability. We're also going to be playing 1 Escape Rope, giving us a switch option as well as Gust, and 1 Recess Stamp, as again as always we can disrupt our opponent. And to round out the deck, we're going to be playing 5 Fire and 5 Water, again allowing us to not only attack with Inteleon but also use Melanie on our Victini to be able to charge up max victory in a turn. So that is the budget Victini list for POG 2021. Again, props to Mindblown TCG for coming up with the original idea. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed those deck profiles of Victini VMAX. So now the question, is Victini VMAX viable? I think it does have viability. It might not be the one to win the tournament, but I think you can do decently well in POG format with Victini VMAX. And I think it's getting a little bit slept on. There are still a lot of GX heavy decks in the format, but again, there's ways to circumvent the weakness to GXs that Victini VMAX tends to have. You have Umbreon, you have Mewtwo packages, you have a welder box, Galarian Rapidash V can also kind of circumvent that. On top of that, Victini VMAX is a decent budget deck if you want to get into the format. It's relatively cheap compared to a bunch of other VMAXs, so feel free to pick it up. Feel free to pick up a 4-3 line of those, and you're set to build a deck with it. So, and it's also post rotation proof, so just change up a little bit of those cards and most of the deck is still intact, so not bad at all. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that look of Victini VMAX. If you did, feel free to like the button down, hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon TCG content, and leave a comment section down below. What do you think about Victini VMAX in this format? Aside from that, I hope you guys have a good day and peace.